Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you. This is James coming to you from the Fortress of Solitude here on Old Norcross. Sister Lola Carol and I are here at the church putting the finishing touches on the bulletin and getting everything ready for worship this coming Sunday, January 1. And speaking of January 1, first of all, Happy New Year to you. And want to remind you that this Sunday we will have one service and one service only at 11 a.m. There'll be no morning prayer, no Sunday school, and no child care will be available this Sunday. Hope all the Sunday school teachers and everyone are getting rested up for a return to the normal schedule on Sunday, January the 8th. Uh, Also wanted to remind you of a few things that are going on. One thing that's going on here on Friday at 1 o'clock, our Oakland Community Garden Ministry, headed up by Jennifer Ginsey, the foster plant program will kick back up this Friday, 1 o'clock. She's having a meeting in the small fellowship hall here at the church for anyone who's interested in being a part of that. It helps to get the growing season going. And so we hope to see some of you here. I know that Carol's going to be here, going to be bringing her up this way. So I hope you'll take some time this Friday. If you've got time, stop on by Old Norcross at 1 o'clock, small fellowship hall for the foster plant program meeting. And I hope you'll have time for that. After the federal holiday next Monday, January 2, things really get kicked back in here at the church. First of all, a week from today on January 4th at 10 a.m., we will have a decorating party here at the church where we'll take down all of the Advent and Christmas stuff and put it away until Lord willing next year. But that'll be next Wednesday at 10 a.m. There will be no Wednesday night services tonight or next Wednesday, January 4. Our Wednesday night program will kick back into gear on the 11th of January. So we're just taking a couple of weeks off there. So wanted to make you aware of that. And also a week from this coming Friday, January 6th, is the Feast of the Epiphany, where we celebrate the manifestation of the Savior to the Gentiles, and in particular to the Magi. And I'll be doing a Zoom only communion service in celebration of the Feast of Epiphany. So that's Friday, January 6th. All of this stuff is going to be in your bulletin. We're going to be getting that out within the next hour or so electronically. And we'll, of course, have on hand here at the church bulletins for you on Sunday. Now, one of the things that you will find in your bulletin for the next couple of Sundays is a suggested read through the Bible in a year plan. It's actually a plan that goes straight from Genesis right to Revelation. You read 3 or 4 chapters each day, and you're just going through it as if you were reading a novel from front to back. And those are being placed in your bulletin. We'll also have those as a PDF for those who get their bulletins electronically. So just want to make you aware of that. It's only mentioned as an option. Some of you have, like I know I do, and I know Carol does. We have yearly reading plans that we go back to each year. Sometimes it is good to change up the way you read the Bible through the year. To keep it fresh, it may be good to kind of keep it fresh and open up avenues of, 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 of availability for the Spirit to maybe shine some light on some things that you might not have noticed before. Sometimes a change in reading plan helps that to happen. But that, of course, is going to be up to you and how you pray about this and how you go about your devotional life this year. But we are putting these in the bulletins for the next 2 Sundays, just as recommendations and just to have. Now, I don't personally read through the Bible like a novel, Genesis to Revelation. I use the Robert McCain Bible reading plan, which has 4 readings, one from the Old Testament history books, one from the Gospels, one from the New Testament letters, and one from the prophets. And that changes, of course, when we get to the Psalms. But that plan allows us to read through the whole of the New Testament in a year twice. You also read through the Psalms twice, and the rest of the Old Testament, you read through it one time. But that's my preferred, that's my lane. That's the lane I've been in for several years now. And it was suggested to me many moons ago by Professor Huxford at Point University, and it just works really well for me. Anyway, those are going to be in the bulletins. Now, I did want to mention something. I got a text earlier today from Cheryl Adams, and she wanted me to pass along to everyone that her mother is greatly improved. And the doctors at the hospital at Northside are recommending rehab for her. And they are currently, the family is currently looking for placements. But also, thanks be to God for her, her floors are finished and they look great. She said at her house, and they just need a few touch-ups. So that's all very good news. But she asked us to keep, her and her mother in prayer. Her mom obviously wants to go back home. Family is not optimistic that that's going to be an option at this point. But so some difficult choices ahead for Cheryl and her family. And again, she wanted me to remind you just to say thank you for your continuing prayers and for her mom. All right. I probably forgot something. I probably forgot 10 somethings. But I just wanted to check in with you here today and let you know how much I love you. And I want to thank you for a wonderful 2022. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what God has in store for us. As long as the Lord tarries, seeing what God has in store for each one of us individually, but also as a body of believers here on Old Norcross here at New Hope. God bless you. If I don't see you or hear from you again until Sunday, a blessed and safe, happy New Year to you. Again, thank you. We'll see you down the road. Bye bye.